And welcome back. Well, an au pair can be a great alternative to daycare. They're specially screened and trained and help busy families by providing in-home care for kids. Au pairs work up to 46 hours a week, and they live with the host families. They're also much more affordable than you might think. That's one of the misconceptions.
Yeah, we're going to prove it to you. The EurAupair is the international child care program that places people between the age of 18 and 26 in American homes, and they guarantee a flexible schedule. Philippe Cooper is a host dad. Karen Goodfriend is a host mom. We also have Tracy Adams. She's here as a volunteer community counselor with this group. Hi, everybody. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good morning.
So how does this program work? I didn't realize that it was a government-sponsored program.
Right. We work with the Department of Regulations just to make sure that the hours are met, that they're not overworked, that they're fulfilling the agreements with the families, making sure that they are paying taxes and they have insurance and they have license to drive and different things like that. And then I also go in and do a home visit, and a background check is done. So it's very thorough, so everyone knows exactly who is coming into the home, and both parties, the au pair and the family, are safe.
So just a little more on the au pair. Why do they become an au pair? They're in school most of the time,
Most
correct?
of the time, yep. Most of the time they're in school. They're usually here to find out our culture. Families usually bring them in because they want to learn a little bit about their culture. And then while they're here, they're learning English and having a chance just to take a study abroad, and this is another way that they might do it.
And they're trained, right? I mean,
they're
there's
trained.
a fairly rigorous program once they come to America.
Right. So once they come here, they'll go to New York. They'll spend some time through one of our training schools. And prior to that, they have some background in childcare or teaching. Some of them have their degrees, or there's, everyone's usually some type of certification depending on which country they're in. So, yeah, they're pretty much educated, and then when they come into New York, we make sure that they are aware of any changes, like how we do measuring, different things like that. And there's a long week that they're here, and then once they're here for that week, then they're dispersed to their American homes.
Okay. So both of you have an au pair, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with you, Philippe, and talk about who makes up your family and who's there with you.
So my family that lives with me is my son Matthew, he's 14, and my two pets. I have a dog and a cat.
Okay.
But I have an older daughter who's in college. Colette is in college.
And then do you have an au pair for your 14-year-old?
Yes, for my 14-year-old, because of my job, my crazy hours.
Yeah. And how has it helped you to be able to work but also feel good about the care that you're getting at home?
Well, I don't have to stress at work about getting home at a particular time because I know Estelle is there and caring for Matthew. She picks him up. I don't have to worry about getting him to his various activities. As any mom or dad who knows has a 14-year-old, they're busy.
Yeah,
very busy.
Absolutely.
Who makes up your family?
Myself, my husband, my 6-year-old daughter Carolyn, and then a 2.5-year-old Charlie.
Okay, so it's busy. I mean, that's
busy.
a very busy age. How have you felt about the au pair program?
It's been great. We're actually on our 5th au pair. Right
Wow.
now. So we've enjoyed it. It's been, as Philippe said, it's a relief. My day sort of starts at the same time, but it never ends at the same time. So I don't have to be worried and stressed out by the end of the day. Am I going to get home? Am I going to miss Carolyn getting off the bus, picking Charlie up from a daycare situation? So it's really given me the flexibility to be able to focus on my work and know that my kids are, being well taken care of.
What other childcare options did you consider, and how did they sort of weigh out?
So when we first looked at it, we looked at traditional daycare. In my career, I take overnight call. And at the time we had our daughter, my husband was working 3rd shift. So there were nights when nobody was home. And so when we looked into daycare situations, there really wasn't an option for that.
Yeah.
So our family my sister-in-law had recommended it, and it's been a lifesaver.
That's wonderful. A lot of people probably think it's very expensive to have someone give you child care up to 46 hours a week and to live with the family. But it's actually much more reasonable than people expect, right?
Right, exactly. Especially if you have a family of 4 or more.
Yeah.
And also you might want to keep in mind that sometimes, when you go to bed, everyone's fine, you wake up, and then you find out that someone is ill. And what's nice is that you won't have to worry about where am I going to, take my child if they don't want to, take their children and put them in sick care through some daycare.
Right,
And
or if
then
they're too sick to go to school.
That's right there. If, and au pairs also help with anything regarding the child. So they can help out with laundry, they can help out, like they said, with the car rides, they can help them with their school, their homework. And it's beneficial, so that way it's all still right there, and it's cost effective for many people because childcare can be extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Do you kids all love the au pair that you have with you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Cute.
it's
They become like part of the family, probably.
Right, absolutely. That's usually the difference between an au pair and a nanny. They're
Yep.
part of the family. They're brought in as a sibling.
I
Yeah.
love that. My cousin uses an au pair, and he and his wife just say it's the best thing they ever chose to do. So you've got some information how people can contact you, learn more about it, because it can be as inexpensive as $350 a week for up to 4 children. So a lot of people, when considering those options, it can make a lot of sense. 800-333-3804 or EurAupair.com is the website to learn more. Thanks so much for being here, guys, sharing
Nice
your
to
story.
meet all
Thank you
of
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.